Hello, my name is Jeff R6 and today I'm going to be talking about the attacking operator Ace. He is a attacking hard breacher, so he can open all of the reinforced walls as long as they're not electrified. The reason why Ace is one of the most popular with beginners and honestly everyone overall is because he has a great main weapon, which is the AK-12, low recoil, high damage, great AR, good for post plant, everything like that. And he also has the option between soft breach and claymores. So basically what his ability does is you can throw them onto surfaces and they will, just like every other hard breacher, open up the reinforced wall. So I'm just going to take us into a game and show you how to play him. But first, I'm going to show you the loadout I'm using. For me, right now, on the AK-12, you can use any attachment you want. I know some people prefer hollow sights, but overall it is better to use magnified sights. So any of the magnified sights works, it's just preference. So sights really don't matter as long as you're able to perform well. Next, I'm going to talk about what's on my barrel. Honestly, with this gun, I can see using compensator because it does have a interesting side to side sometimes, but I personally use flash hider for the lower recoil. Next, vertical grip. You should be running vertical grip on basically everything besides one-shot weapons. And personally, I run laser. I would not recommend it because you have to be very mindful of where your laser is, but once you get good at that, I'd recommend using it because it helps with your ADS time. And obviously you gotta drip the gun out. So now I'm just gonna take us into the game and show us how to play Ace.
Advised your drone has located a bomb.
So basically right now I'm gonna take you through on how to attack specific parts on Clubhouse. This should gloss over to other maps. I am against AI right now, so this is really easy, but I'm gonna show you how to attack the basic bomb sites with Ace, how to use his ability properly, and I can show you how good his gun is. It really depends on the site, but you should be mindful of which secondary gadget you're using. So I'll show you a couple tricks with Ace right now. The first thing you can do normally is, everyone should know this, is to break a hatch, you have to throw 2 of your Ace charges on it. But let's pretend this was electrified and I didn't want to risk having to go down there or have somebody basically play for me and get the electricity out the wall. Something you can do is take your Ace charges and throw them on the sides like that if the floor is breakable, and it will break the hatch for you, but it will not break the because electrified. So basically that's one way to use your ability. And you see how this wall is electrified? A common spot for people to go through is down here through dirt. So really pick where you're going, especially on this site. Now that's out of the way, I'm going to show you how to attack Benji's master bedroom and gym. Common spot for Ace to come through is if I would take breach charges on this site. I'd go pop Logi hatch. I'd go main wall, get a walkable hole, like about right there. And then from Logi, take Logi and open up this construction wall. So you can cut off any roamers who are trying to roam back to, or come back to site after roaming around garage and cache and stuff like that. But the main way people like to open walls is they throw one of their Ace charges right there, the next one like right here on the dots. That works, and they say that makes it perfectly walkable. But if you throw it right in the middle of these two right here, like one there, that makes it a little bit higher. And personally, post plant situations, even though I know I'm not going to be able to plant here, I like playing upside down rappel. That's a terrible BP. Well, a common plant spot for this site is you go tuck up on this corner right here. Plant the bomb right here. Plant the bomb. Pop the hatch. Get out of there as quick as possible. Pop the hatch. Be careful for this window. So that's a really good plant spot because it makes it really hard for them to defuse. You can also go play from under, below right there, which is really good. Or you can play from the breach. Okay, so this is the most popular site where people like to play Ace or Thermite. I did not mean to bring breach charges. I'd usually bring claymores because you can never trust your teammates because you can always get ran out from that door. Some people might play Valkyrie or Cade, run out of this door and throw a C4 up here. And same thing from this door. So, the default plant for this site is on this side of the wall. You want to get as close as possible to the default plant, or if you're just opening a wall to cut people off. So the typical way an Ace would play this is, for me, I like doing my walls my specific way. I throw them in between this, because it's still walkable, unlike some people say. I rappel up. I go over here, and then I open up the con single, if it wasn't electrified. Okay. Well, if that wasn't electrified, here, I'll just do it for the video. But usually, on this site, teammates, even if they're in like bronze, they're usually smart enough to know to bring some anti-wall denial, like Twitch, IQ. I'd usually open that up from right here because usually people are dumb enough to peek it. And they're expecting me to be near the ladder or over here, and they get easy pick. So, whole reason you do this, you get sights in the garage, default plant. You're right there. Well, usually you plant from right here. Walking up on me. Please don't kill me, sir. Book it out. What I like to do is I like to have a teammate on that window over there. Hey, bud. On that window over there, and you usually hold a cross on that. Sorry about the terrible aim. I don't have my arm sleeve on right now. It's hard to aim with my whole arm like that. Well, so that's the most basic way to use Ace. So use my tips on where to throw them, how to do cutoffs, stuff like that. Always have your teammates bring stuff for wall denial like Bandit or Cade on specific sites like that where the wall like basically needs to be open for a normal plant. You can also use them for post plant because if you go through like master bedroom, your like whole team goes maybe like Logi master bedroom, takes con, goes in through cache, goes to the default plant, plants it, and then you can open up the wall, Ace that wall open and use it just for post plant. You know, there's plenty of ways to use him. Great gun. Some people say his hard breaching ability is the worst because he can breach the least, but I think he's the most flexible, and if you're more of a fragger and your team wants to put you on support, he's a great operator to play. So thank you. This is from Jeff R6, and have a great day.